The Lion King is arguably the greatest animated movie of all time. For me, it is just prime nostalgia. I remember watching it as a kid, sitting down and enjoying all of it, looking at the beautiful 2D hand-drawn art, and just being taken in by the wonderful cast of characters, and just the beauty that is The Lion King. Let's go ahead and talk about this amazing movie. So I don't really want to talk too much about the plot of The Lion King. I feel like it's pretty straightforward. It is Hamlet with lions and in Africa and all this other stuff. So I want to just talk about something that means a lot to me in The Lion King, and that is the gorgeous 2D hand-drawn art of the film. It really is brought to life, and I just bought the more recent 4K transfer of this movie, and I loved it so much. Yes, I've seen The Lion King well over 10 times or so, dozen times in my lifetime, I don't know. I've seen it a lot. And just watching it in 4K as well, you see the sharper textures, the manes are all fluttery, but you can actually see the sketching marks sometimes, and that is where I love it. When you look at every scene, every landscape, every piece of hair, every animal or expression, it's all hand-drawn. Nowadays, we're more prone to seeing CGI movies, such as the Pixar-like films or the DreamWorks films, but the older Disney films are always where my heart lies with just animation. I think the hand-drawn art is just, it's gorgeous. You can go ahead and watch it and you're almost in a trance by how beautiful it is, at least to me. Looking at the classics like the Peter Pans, the Tarzans, the Hercules, the Sword in the Stone, all those classic movies, they're so unique in their art style, and I know Disney did reuse some of their art for other movies such as Robin Hood with Jungle Book and stuff like that, but The Lion King is just gorgeous. The character designs are fantastic for Scar, the hyenas, Timon and Pumbaa, baby Simba or young Simba and older Simba, and just Mufasa. All of these characters, they really feel alive, and then the actors behind them make them feel just as alive as the artwork does. There was a scene last night, it's the pouncing scene in The Lion King, where Zazu is on the rock and he's talking to Mufasa and Simba, and then Mufasa is basically just like, turn around, Zazu. And just watching that from an art point of view, it was really beautiful to see Mufasa's eyes move up and down, squint, the mane shudder, but you can all see the strokes of the pencil, and I thought that was just, it's beautiful. I think Scar is one of the best character designs in Disney. I mean, he's one of my favorite Disney characters. I think he's so cool, and there's not much I can say that's new about The Lion King that you probably haven't heard of, so I just want to go ahead and talk about the beautiful art design of this movie. Not to mention, when it did first come out on Blu-ray, I believe 2 years ago, I went ahead and bought that steelbook because, you know what, it's awesome, right? And the 4K steelbook was announced. The look looks leagues better. Obviously, everything I wanted the original one to be, but thanks to Best Buy, they pretty much dented mine. So, you know, I just got a really beautiful steelbook, but it's defective. This is another reason why I'm trying not to do steelbooks anymore. But as you can see on the steelbook, they have just hand-drawn art of all of the characters. That is just not loading. And it is just gorgeous. And on the back too, or on the spine, it is just, it keeps following and flows through. Love this steelbook. Wish it wasn't dented, but now I know with steelbooks and all that issues, I'm running on about the stupid steelbooks again. The last thing I want to talk about before I really just sum up this video is the gorgeous soundtrack. I have the soundtrack right here. I bought it at Disney World when I went there 2 or 3 years ago now, and it was one of my favorite purchases. Yes, I can buy it anywhere else, but it was the fact that I bought it at Disney World that made me so happy. This soundtrack is amazing. From the intro, from the beautiful Elton John music, from the wonderful I Would Just Want to Be King, and my personal favorite song out of the whole movie by Jeremy Irons. Even if he sings it, I'm not sure, but the Scar song, Be Prepared, these are songs you can bump to. I don't care how old I'm going to be. I'll be 90, whatever, I'll be 30, 40, 50. watching this movie, I will always love the music. And I feel like that is a big reason of why I love this movie. I remember, I think everybody remembers the first time, or at least just when you first see the opening of The Lion King and you see the sun, and there's just that feeling of just wonder and beauty, and what are we going to see, and you're seeing all these animals graze the Pride Lands just to meet up at Pride Rock and just see this set piece that you really can't see in any other movie. And I know it's being remade this year. It is a live action directed by Jon Favreau, who also did The Jungle Book 2 years ago or so, which I really liked as well. But I'm curious to see how the translation from this amazing movie to the big screen is really going to be, with all lifelike animals. It's going to be really interesting. I'm very curious to see it. I'm very curious to see what Scar looks like, for sure. Or is he just going to be like a black and brown lion? Is he going to be a normal lion with a scar? I'm very curious to see how they design some of these characters. Just characters like Ed, the hyena, the one who's a little goofy. I'm curious if they're going to make him look a little bit weirder. Just stuff like that. I'm very, very curious for this Lion King movie that's coming out. Also very excited for it because I want to see some of those songs come back. Unfortunately, from what I've heard, Be Prepared is cut from the Lion King movie, the new one, which really bums me out. And Nala is now getting her own song, supposedly, because it is Beyonce. Take it or leave it. I have no words for that. I wish Be Prepared was in it. He's not in it. It's not Jeremy Irons. It's somebody else, obviously. But like I said, the soundtrack is just gorgeous. I think it just works with everything the characters are going through in the movie, and it really feels like you're with them. It sets the mood. It sets the mood and just flows really well with every scene that they use music in this movie. And Disney does a hell of a job with The Lion King. It starts off and just it ends with literally a bang. And I'm so happy for this movie. I'm so excited for this movie. Every time I watch this movie, I can't stop smiling. It's perfect. You ever play the Sega Genesis video game? It's really fun, but also kicks your ass. But it's still a lot of fun. And I think The Lion King is definitely the greatest animated movie or animated piece of cinema I've ever seen. There are some other movies. There's another movie on the list that I'm actually very excited to look forward to watching, because it is another one of my favorites, and it's probably my favorite anime movie, and that is the Studio Ghibli Spirited Away movie. I love that movie to death. That's a movie I'm actually excited to review. I'm excited to review this, but everybody has heard about The Lion King. Everybody heard about like Jurassic Park and Jaws and stuff like that. So it's going to be those weirder movies where I'm going to try and get into it a little bit more. This is just a movie I adore. Everybody's heard about it. Everybody knows what it's about. But I just want to talk about what really made it special to me. This movie is just, it's 100%. Nothing little, nothing less. I don't know if you can ever get any better than that. Maybe one day I'll make another video about talking about Disney movies, but that is it. Now is the time where we go ahead and scratch off the poster. And this is what it looks like. That is the end of this episode today. If you enjoyed it, please hit that like button. If you're trying to find me, I'm on various social medias as The Wenzinator. And if you are not a subscriber but enjoyed this content today, please consider subscribing for more upcoming content. Also, click that bell if you are subscribed, or if you are not subscribed, you will get updated when I post a new video immediately. So make sure to do that. That is it for today. That was the Lion King movie review, or at least my take on the Lion King. Thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you all next time. See ya!